hang on, am I even live here yet? I don't even know if I'm bleeding live. Now I'm live. Okay, me and Paul had a conversation again there, thinking that we was actually live and talking about the issue at United. I'm going to quickly skip through our quick 2-minute conversation we had there. It was basically the fact Paul Pogba, today was the day. Was he actually going to make the coach, get to Carrington, get on this plane? It was a Di Maria scenario all over again for me. It was basically exact same scenario, a big name player, thinking he's bigger than the club, sat there waiting around, hoping that something was going to be sorted before the actual flight took off and he could get his dream move away from United. Basically, it didn't happen because United don't do things very fast, and that has worked in our favour and worked in a few of the fans' favours in thinking Paul Pogba deserves exactly what he gets, and that is the fact that he has to sit there facing all of his teammates on that flight to Australia now. 17 hours of it. I think he's the only player that I haven't seen a picture of on social media so far on that plane from taking inside. Everyone else has got pictures up, the whole squad. The only ones that have not have, Pogba and Lukaku. And before I get right into it, I just want to get your take on, because I know you called out Pogba weeks ago, mate, and you've talked to me about it, saying, and a few people have mentioned it today as well, about looking at that squad that has been named and left.
That squad can't leave Pogba out of that squad, because that is a mid-table team. If we leave Pogba out of that midfield, as much as he wants to go, as much as I'd love him to go, we just can't afford to let him go this season. This season coming up is going to be the biggest of all. And we can't afford to let Pogba go. Maybe we sit him down, tell him, listen, Paul, give us one last season. Let's get climbing somewhere before we let him go, because we've got no time to replace him. Who are we going to replace him with? Yeah. You know what I mean? We're not even replaced Vidic. 5 years he's been retired. We're still looking to replace him.
Yeah, it's coming down to the fact is I want Pogba out. I don't care. I think.
Let me make one thing as well. If we sell Pogba, that'll be a good statement from Man United. As bad it'll be for us, that'll be a good statement to say, listen, these Galacticos, we're done with. Let's go. Let's forget the merchandises. Let's forget the money the shirt sales will bring. Let's strip our bones back and let's start again. Because he's the only shirt seller really in that squad. And if we let him go and don't sign any, and we sign Longstaff in place of him, that shows we're stripping our bones back and we're starting again. And it shows how Ollie wants to strip the bones back and start again. Whether it'll work or not, time will tell. But like I say, if we do sell him, I think that's a good statement from the club to say, listen, we're stripping back here, we're going back to basics and starting from the bottom and building our way up.
Yeah, I mean, I posted a video out the other day about the likes of Lukaku and Pogba and the club having no control whatsoever over what the players say. We've talked about it loads of times, and I think this is what grinds on a lot of United fans at the moment, is the fact that these big name players who come in with the big wage, the big fee, and they just think that they're bigger than Man United. Pogba has a serious issue with who he's with and what he should be achieving. He's in his head, he's thinking, I'm a World Cup winner. I should be playing. As a player, we all know, looking at players, we all know that there's no loyalty in football, and he's now probably on his last big contract, hitting around the 26 mark. He's thinking, now I've got one big move. And as a player, but there's certain ways that you go about this. And his fat knobhead of an agent who's been running his mouth all week is... And you know what I mean? Like I said, like Pogba sat there on that plane looking at his teammates.
I'm thinking, what the fuck?
Some of them quotes coming out of Raiola this week. The worst one I seen was the fact he actually said that he's had a conversation with Ollie Solskjaer, and Solskjaer has apparently admitted that he isn't big enough to handle a player like Paul Pogba. In Raiola's head, he then said that is Manchester United admitting they are in serious decline by hiring someone like Ollie Solskjaer. That guy's come out and posted that all over social media. Exactly. I mean, where is the control? Why are United even doing business with this clown ever again after this?
Every time, though. Every time with him. Exactly.
Fergie said it.
Every time with that fat twat. He just causes problems, and for me, I'd never sign a player under him again. I know he has all the best plays, but
He gets the best player because he gets the best money for him in the deals.
Because then he causes all the fucking riff-raff what comes with it. And it's all, but they're touching on Pogba as well. You got to think of Pogba, yeah. Don't forget, last year he won the World Cup. You don't get bigger than the World Cup. And then he comes back to United, you think, let's see what happens. You think he's 26, as you said there. Pogba's 26. We're 3-4 years away from building. Does he want to sit around and wait 3-4 years? You know what I mean? Well, Jude, 26, your football career it's short career. 3-4 years we're away from challenging from anything. And you think Pogba wants to sit and wait? He's not the type of... Listen, you know what he's like. He loves himself. He loves everything about himself. So he wants a challenge and you can't blame him for that. So for me...
Yeah,
I don't blame him now. When I first saw them comments telling me he wants that, I thought, are you taking the fucking piss out of us? We've just brought you back to get us back to where we want to go, and now you're dragging us back down the shit. But then when I seen that fucking team, I thought, hey, Pogba, get yourself out of here, mate, because that is shocking.
No, I
know.
But
then if we lose him, we should.
Yeah, you're talking about that. I mean, it wasn't so much Pogba who made these comments, but he knows what his agent's all about. He knows what Raiola's all about. And then to quote another statement from Raiola, he's actually said that him and Paul Pogba have sat down and discussed and both come to the same conclusion that Paul Pogba is better than Manchester United. Paul Pogba is wasted at Manchester United because Manchester United are in a massive decline. He's released that. I mean, Paul Pogba knew that conversation had been had, and Paul Pogba knew what sort of character and that Raiola was going to do this, because Raiola's doing this now, and only now because he's trying to force this move through. We've been quiet all summer. Yeah. We've not heard a peep out of him. Pogba had his comment, fair enough.
Pogba started it though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Pogba, if he didn't say that shit on that fucking tour, it would have, but his agent's got to jump all over him. If he phones him telling him he wants to move, he's got to do it, and that's a problem.
It is the problem, and then like you said, you can see where Ollie's trying to counteract this with the younger squad. You're saying yourself, a player like Pogba, 26, big ego, won the World Cup, and he's obviously looking at being up there, playing in the Champions League every week for that calibre of player, which he obviously is when he wants to be. Then he wants to be playing around other world-class players. We haven't provided world-class players around Pogba in the last 3 years. And I can see where he's going. I can see what you're saying, where Pogba would be looking to try and get the most out of what's left in his career. I don't agree with the way it's been done. I don't think he should be in United's team next season with any shadow of a doubt. Then, bringing on the issue that you just brought up, then it's like, if Pogba goes, who comes in? Longstaff is not the answer. Is Longstaff part of an answer? If we sign with the Pogba money and the money we already have, the likes of a Fernandes.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, even before...
Or a Savic, with that.
Well, Savic, he's a new one, but before even his Pogba stuff come in play, we was already heavily linked with Fernandes and Longstaff.
That should be no excuse as to why.
Yeah,
exactly.
I know
what you're
so
saying.
Now, you know what I mean? So now we need to add another three midfielders onto that.
Oh, mate, it's
if we're going to let Pogba go, because...
I said for me, I got slaughtered on Twitter the other day for it, and I said that for me, Longstaff isn't the answer, especially at that price. I'm not even going to bring the price into it because United,
50 million.
It's just astronomically stupid. But I said we've got a player like McTominay already in the squad. Why would we be signing a similar player like Longstaff? And people have come at me with all the stats of Longstaff. He's passing, the video of him on YouTube of the 13 games. Let's just remember, 13 games is all he's played.
It's like Tom Cleverley on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that Longstaff isn't a bad player. It looks like he has got something about him. But in terms of bigger players that we need right now, I'm thinking that sort of player, we've already got a couple of young midfielders who obviously Ole has signed up in Pereira. Obviously McTominay's there as well. Do we need another one of them of that quality? People will argue with me again. I know about Longstaff is probably better than them. Ifs and buts. It's a 21-year-old who's already had a knee ligament injury on his card. You know what I mean? Is that going to be another Phil Jones injured every season? I'm not saying that's unlucky, I know. So I'll stick with the qualities of the players. Right now, I want Fernandes. I don't want Longstaff if it came between both. If both came in, I'm all for it. As part of building a better midfield and better options,
we need both before Pogba gone anyway, didn't we?
Yeah, we lost Fellaini and Herrera.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's 2 gone already. If Pogba goes, we need a minimum of 3 midfielders. Easy. We're not going to get them. We know we're not. People were coming on me and telling me that I should do some more research into financial fair play and where all that is after 1st of July. Then we'll see all the transfer action coming in. Everything will happen after that, because that's when the next financial fair play year and term starts, so they can start making their own books again and making the sales that they need to meet financial fair play. People, we're a week into July already. It's a month away. And like I said before, if there was a deal that needed to be made, there's no reason why that can't have been negotiated. We spent 65 million before the 1st of July, so that's a load of bollocks about the financial fair play. I said it then, I'll say it again now. If any deals happen now, it's now looking to me in pure desperation. We knew Lukaku wanted to go. We knew Pogba wanted to go. Why wasn't this set in stone? And you can bring the financial fair play on to the 1st of July if you want again, because literally we could have negotiated it all, and 1st of July came, bang bang, out the door, not going on the tour, all done and dusted. No, we've let it run all the way through the summer. We've signed 2 players, one from Crystal Palace with a future, hopefully, and a championship player in Daniel James. Nothing against them, but they're on that plane now after the biggest moves of their careers coming to United, with the likes of Lukaku, with the likes of Pogba, the players who don't want to be there, the young squad that's gone with it, and they're looking at these as like the United's main players who don't want to be at the club. What kind of example is that setting?
Exactly. We're not going off on the right terms, are we? But as much, I think the professional players, you know what, I don't think they're going to be one down there where they're going to be stropping about in training. I still think they'll give us the full commitment. They've got to.
They need to, because if they want that move.
I can't see them not, to be fair. I know Pogba looks like the type of player who shrugs and that about, but
I mean, but I think Pogba's a decent guy.
That's
I really
what I mean.
do.
I think he just wants the best for himself. And I don't want to see, like you say, after seeing his goal, didn't want him to go, but you look at them young players, mate, they're all looking up at Pogba, and he's the player we need. Who else are they going to look up to? Pereira? Who else have we got in midfield there? McTominay? I
mean, it goes back to the argument again there of like young players coming through. People were arguing with me again about the Mata deal, saying he's the perfect guy to have in and around the squad. Since he's been at United, he's not been a dead starter. He's not been on that team sheet every week since he came to the club. The only reason he came in was because David Moyes totally ballsed up his summer transfer window and was pressured into buying the only player that was available in January. That's the only reason Mata is at our club. We didn't need him at the time, but he was forced into it because we made a stupid decision signing David Moyes as manager. But again, going on to the squad that's actually there now, a lot of them there, it's the biggest moment in their careers. You've got Axel, who's just signed a new deal. I'm happy with that one. Then you've got the likes of Garner, Gomez, Chong, Greenwood, all on their first tours together, proper tour, with a serious chance of getting some game time for United next season. And then we've got all this mess going on. And for Ole, I do have a little bit of sympathy for him, even though he shouldn't have said what he said. We'll get onto that in a minute. But his hands are sort of tied in a way, because he can't make the financial deals. He gives his list of players that he wants, and it's down to Ed Woodward then to make it happen. The fact that we're now a month away from the window ending isn't all his fault in that side of it, but I can see where he's going to have an issue. And where everyone's problem is, and the sour, downbeat mood that there is today, looking at that squad that's on the plane.
Definitely, and the fact is that Ollie. The fact is, Ollie gave Mata a new contract and gave Pereira a 5-year contract. He's knew long before this that we are struggling to get players, the type of players he wants to sign. So he's saying, listen, I'm not signing any shit. I'll do what I can do with what I've got. That's it. That's the only reason I can think of us giving Mata and Pereira a new contract. Well, why the fuck would we give them a new contract if we were going to sign improved players and bring better players in? The reason is, we're not getting anyone.
Yeah,
we're struggling, so they will be good squad players. But to give him a 5-year contract and a 3-year contract, that shows Ollie has known for a long time we are in the shit for bringing players in, either whether it's getting them in because you don't want to come because the Champions League shit, or whether it's Ed Woodward getting a deal or trying to nitpick over a fucking couple of mil.
Yeah, and that then brings me perfectly onto my next issue with Ollie. Yeah, his hands are tied in terms of transfers coming in, but he was the one who said at the end of last season, and then in my last video that I've put, you can all see if you go onto it in the comments below, the most common comment, or the one that came up most with everyone and every United fan's biggest fear, was what Ollie said in that interview that he had the other day on MUTV. It was like the most scripted interview that you could even. It was perfect. It was like Ed Woodward could have been sat there speaking for Ollie Solskjaer. That was what came up on everyone's issues and everyone's fears on my last video. The comments were all the same. The fact that Ollie was saying the same thing as every other manager has before it. We're trying hard in the window. It's a difficult market. And then the worst bit, the players have all got a clean slate now. What? No, he said that when he came in December. The players have got a clean slate. They let him down. It was clear they let him down.
He had a clean slate when he come in. Then after Everton, he said, "You're never going to see half of these again."
And that is where the issue is with Ollie. Maybe he is a bit naive. He's wet under the ears.
You don't know where he's coming or going at the minute.
It does seem
he's just gone from Mold to the biggest club in the world, and you can tell the pressure already is getting to him. It is big time. I'm telling you, to come out with shit like, "Oh, we've all got a clean slate." You've just watched them for the past 9 months. What do you think that was? What was that? Just a test? Let's do a test drive to see how good this club is. Get the fucking cunts out. Get some real top players in.
Yeah, I mean, people were saying
that Deadwood gone.
Yeah, it's the problem we've got now is the fact that the Deadwood has been forgotten about because the likes of Lukaku and Pogba have taken priority now. They're the main agenda now.
We can't let the Deadwood go because at the moment in time we're clinging on to the Deadwood just in case they do go, and we have got to stick with them and play them.
Yeah, I mean, someone said to me before, they said it's suicidal. You'd end up screwing yourself over if you started getting rid of players before you brought them in. And I mean, that's not my issue. The fact is, the players that we want out, we have actually got better players in the youth team than the players that are in.
Well, yeah.
The Deadwood players that are making the game, making the match day squad every single week are no better than what the youth players are that we've got there to replace them. And I know I'm not stupid in saying that some youth players obviously might not be ideal and take time to come in, but would they do any worse than what we've had? We finished 6th.
Exactly.
We're Man United. We finished 6th. Could they do any worse? Look, it's there. It's the proof is in the pudding. The fact that squad now that's going on that plane, barring the right back Bissaka from Crystal Palace and a Championship player in Daniel James, is exactly what we finished the season with. 6 in the table. Says a lot, and it does look like Ollie is struggling with this already. And the signs are not good. The signs are really not good. He's got no control over the players at all. Nothing has even been mentioned about what Jesse Lingard did. That's all been forgotten about now.
I know, yeah.
Rashford gets his deal.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like, I seen a great quote the other day, someone posted up from Ferguson days. I know I'm not going back living in the past again, but it is the most truthful comment, and that was the fact that once a United player becomes bigger than the manager, then this is no longer Manchester United. God, that fits United exactly right now because there's 4 or 5 of them. There's 4 or 5 of them in that squad who actually think they're bigger than United, because it's carnage at the moment, this club. It's like we all thought we'd see a few more signings come in. Ollie said they're working on signings coming.
Ollie wanted them all before we went on tour, before pre-season time.
He said that as well. He did.
You know what I mean?
And that's obviously never going to happen now because we're on our way to Australia, and as we know, United never do any business while we're on tour. So what's that? Another 2 or 3 weeks now, and then we're talking into the last 2 weeks of the window.
It's not even that. Even when we're on tour, you don't want this shit of players flying
jetting
back,
in, jetting
flying out.
Yeah.
It's just so destructive. We don't need it. We need a solid pre-season And the way things are going, we're going to have players coming in, we're going to have players going out. You know, we've already left Fred and Darmy. What's the reason in that?
Apparently, Fred's in some sort of wedding, something like that. I heard some
Yeah,
family
but he got married
thing.
last year, didn't he? I believe.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know.
What's going on here? He get married twice. It's just any excuse.
Yeah,
He's seen the
anything not to be
midfield.
there.
He's going with. He's seen his thought, shit, I'm going to be playing with Pereira. He's just got a 5-year contract. Hey, fuck this. He's going to do a video next week saying with Pogba saying I want out.
Yeah, so that obviously covers the issue of players who want to leave United and actually are causing the biggest stink ever about doing it. The fact that United have caused this issue themselves is actually being brushed under the carpet a little bit. It's got to a stage now where it's like, right, okay, we know they want to go, and probably eventually these players will leave United. They will be out the door, hopefully sooner rather than later. Who now comes in and replaces them? Because we do need to start looking at this now, because the youth players that we've got there, obviously we all want to see them get game time. I like the fact that we are looking at younger players as well to bring in, but we're still lacking in experience, in established players that. Yeah, I think it's all right there. It should still be going. I think a few tiny little technical issues. People just message in the comments there just to make sure that everything is still running for us as well while we carry on talking. Hopefully it is. I'm just getting YouTube issue messages on my screen. That's all. But keep us posted. I'm going to keep talking anyway. But yeah, in terms of players coming in now, I think Pogba's a definite gone. Looks like Lukaku, when someone can actually get a deal that is worth us actually considering, comes in, then Lukaku will be gone as well.
It's gone there, though. You say like Pogba definitely gone. The money I'm seeing today is 90 million. You're taking the piss. 90 million for Paul Pogba when that guy's just got Atletico Madrid for 122.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
No.
That's another issue. Who's going to cough up the money?
Yeah, that
For
is
me,
a worry.
I think we're
and
going to be stuck with him because who's going to cough up?
No, it's not, mate. The ultimate fear, I've said this before as well, going on about players who are going to come in and replace him. I do think that a couple of these players are going to be in a swap sort of deal, because it's the only way that we are going to be able to get Pogba out the door. Raiola will not stop until this deal is done. Oh, mate.
Is that how bad we are now? We've just got right. Let's swap.
I don't even want to.
When was that sound? Have we ever actually done a swap deal before?
We have, mate. It's your mate, and it wasn't too long ago. I didn't want to bring him up in this because he just got injured in the Copa America.
Oh, mate. Oh yeah. Fucking good time. Oh, mate.
No. Right. Let's not even talk about that. So,
but prior to that,
no, it don't happen, mate.
It doesn't happen, does it? That shows how bad and desperate we're getting. We can't phone him up to say, right, because otherwise, if we sell Pogba for, say they give us 150, said, right, we'll give you 60 for Isco, he's going to tell us to fuck off. But because Real Madrid need Pogba and he needs to push Isco out, he'll have to come. That's how desperate we are. Yeah. Clubs have got to force a player to join us so they can sign our best players.
That's it, and that's where it all goes wrong, because then players obviously don't want to be part of a deal and they don't want to go. It's like, if a player agrees in a normal transfer, at least you know that player wants to come to the club.
Exactly.
A swap deal, you're being forced.
That's it. You're not coming for you're being forced to come, and that's a problem.
That is a massive issue. In terms of a striker, I don't think we will get a striker if Lukaku leaves. I honestly don't think one will come in, because the players and the names that we're looking at around at the moment in terms of the other positions, I think it does look like we are going to push ahead for Harry Maguire as a centre-back. Bruno Fernandes is a little bit of an issue now. And someone just commented there in the comment section about Sporting wanting crazy money for him, a la the João Phoenix sort of price that Atletico Madrid paid for him. That is just not going to happen, because the one reason I do think we could get Fernandes is because of that fee that Sporting Lisbon have to pay Fernandes every time they turn down an offer which is within range of that buyout, which is a 31 million. So every time they do turn that offer down, they have to pay 5 million to Bruno Fernandes. It's a crazy deal.
God, not having that.
No, that's facts. That all came about from when Sporting Lisbon fans ran onto a training pitch, and basically the whole Sporting Lisbon squad was put up the frighteners, and then everyone went out, or some sort of deal was made, and that deal is an actual fact, is in place, that every time they turn anything down from that, he gets paid money. It was all over Sky and everything. I couldn't believe it when I was reading it. So I'm thinking, right, obviously that's an angle that United are going at. It doesn't look like anyone else is in for him right now. Get the deal done. No. We're on to all, and it's gone. It's United, for God's sake. I mean, City were mentioned with a player the other day, and I think our kid said it to me. It's like, oh, United get linked with a player. It comes up as a breaking news on Sky Sports. United, we're hearing that United are ready in a bid for Longstaff. Ready in a bid? What? I don't want to know. Right, ready in a bid. Okay, today we might put a bid in. Okay, today a bid has gone in, and that's been rejected. So let's do that all again. City come up. United City have been linked. They've met this clause. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Shirts up. Welcome to the club.
So easy, isn't it?
And Ndombele, Tottenham, supposed to be dealing with one of the hardest chairmans or hardest men in terms of dealing with the Leon president.
He normally waits till the last thing as well. Yeah. Leave him. He even got it done.
Bang, done. Shirt up, done. Finito. Okay. That is, and we know how long Bissaka took to get over the line. Even Daniel James, how long it took to get over the line. Fernandes is a worry for me now. I can just see us ending up. Maguire, yeah, he would be a good signing for me. I do like Maguire, and he's miles better than what we've got. And he definitely fits the bill of what Ollie's looking at in terms of younger players. I understand that. Apparently, he is a United fan as well.
Did come back to light the other day? Didn't he even see that? What's happening with him? What's going on?
I think that was due to Juventus putting in a crazily low bid because they knew there was no one else in for him, because he's put in apparently below 50 million for him. And
so why are we not back in for him?
Yeah, apparently United have got an agreement with Ajax. A bid has been accepted, but De Ligt obviously doesn't want to go, but we all know
the tour squad.
We all know who De Ligt's agent is, and that's another reason why that it's probably not going to happen, because all bridges have been burnt with that. So that brings us back to Longstaff again. Then this week, obviously, Savic has come in to the equation again. We have been linked with him before, and apparently we are. People have been talking, and United have spoke with Lazio regarding this transfer. I think this has only come about because Pogba looks like he is going personally.
He's no replacement for Pogba, though, is it?
He's not.
It's more like a Matic.
I think the problem that we've got is the fact that Matic is there. Obviously, there was a rumour about him going out as well with a swap deal for Nainggolan. I'd just let him go. I don't really want Nainggolan. He's getting on a bit now.
No, I wouldn't swap Matic for him anyway.
No.
I know Matic ain't the fastest player, but you know what? The start of last season, he did start off pretty well. And then he just went off the radar, didn't he? Just went off the boil.
Yes.
So maybe Solskjaer can get back.
It's like that again there. Devil's Aces just come up in the comments there saying Savic was shit last season. This is a problem that we're having right now, because I've been contacted by a lot of fans, not of United as always, about players that we're supposed to be being linked with, and they've all come back saying that they've not been that good. Yeah, they might have had a good season last season, but they disappeared this season.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, Harry Maguire wasn't great this season.
I don't get how Leicester rejected 70 million. That's crazy for a club like Leicester to reject a 70 million pound bid for Harry Maguire.
Yeah, it is crazy how the fact that Juve are bidding so much for De Ligt and United are getting bids rejected of 70 million plus for Harry Maguire. I mean, Newcastle have come out also and said that the fact that United have bought Bissaka for 50 million and they've got a central midfielder who's obviously worth way more. Why? Because he's had 13 games.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, Bissaka hasn't had loads, but I mean, he's actually accomplished and settled in a Premiership team. Prem Prodigy, super chat, thank you very much. 2 signings, no one sold. rebuild my ass. I couldn't have said that any better, mate, to be honest.
No one wants to buy anyone. He wants to buy Lingard. We can't even give him out.
Yeah, I mean, if Leicester wanted someone...
take your pick, Leicester. You can have anyone you want on that back four.
There are certain players at United at the moment who do have some draw. There are players there who we could easily get rid of in some sort of deal.
I know, but it's not like players there who are... you see them getting linked everywhere. I've not seen one United player get linked with any club, not even like your Southamptons, your West Hams. I've not seen one United player getting linked with anyone. That shows how shit we have become. No one wants to buy our pile of shit. They think, hey, fuck that.
That is a really good point,
but
actually.
No, I've not seen one getting linked. Like, even, you always get linked, or you always get players linked to your West Hams. I know when we first getting talks about Diop and... the midfielder.
Rice, yeah.
Rice.
Yeah.
There was questions about Jones going, but that's all like swap deals, like us forcing Jones out, like we discussed before. No one's actually been linked to anyone.
No.
You know what I mean? Like when you had the Johnny Evans 8 leave and join West Broms and your Cleverleys, and we've not got one play. Damn it, we can't get rid of it.
No, we've been trying for 2 years to get rid of Darmian, and
no player is getting linked away. Sanchez, not one player is being linked, and that just shows the sad state of affair our club has come. Our players attract interest from no one.
That's it. It's like if Leicester wanted another player to go in with Maguire, I'd gladly give a little bit less and send him the likes of Lingard. You know what I mean? Get Lingard gone somehow, but it just looks like and Lingard I know will be.
That picture of him today pissed me. I don't know, for some reason now he's smughead. I can't stand it. When he was sat down there with Rashford and the young kids were stood, I thought, you two think he's the king of the copy, don't you? He was stood there smug as foot while they're all stood behind him. He just irritates me now. Every picture I see just irritates me now. It really does irritate me.
Them players are young players again. It riles me knowing that they're sat around Lingard. I personally think, and our kids brought it up as well, I think Lingard is bringing Rashford down with all this. Literally, they do everything together, and it's no coincidence that they've both gone downhill at exactly the same time. The whole forward line did it last season, but you know what I mean. It's like you said, them players all around him. They're looking up to the likes of Lingard as like what United now accept as a United player. So when these young lads come in on that plane, they're sat around, they're looking at United's squad, they're saying this is what United are. I only have to get to this level, and this is what United expect, and United are accepting as United standard now. This is where I've got the issue with the likes of us losing the grip of Pogba and Lukaku. Yeah, they've got big issues, but United knew what they were buying and they knew what they needed to do after that. The fact that all the problems of the managers, it's like Mourinho said it about Pogba, didn't he?
If we let Pogba and Lukaku go, like I said before, we are stripping the bones back, and we're saying we don't want players now with package who comes with baggage. We just want players who are going to get their head down and concentrate and do better for themselves and become a United great. You know, not the players who have already come as a great. These players who want to establish themselves at United and retire as one of United's greatest. You know what I mean? Because hey, whatever team gets us back challenging for that league and win us that first league since Sir Alex Ferguson retired, that team will go down in history, mate.
Yeah.
And these kids are looking at that, and I think that's where Solskjaer is going with his transfer of young, hungry players, and that's what we need at the minute.
Players that can be made. The last player to come from that sort of setup in terms of buy them young and mould them into players. There's only one player in that squad at the moment that has happened to. We can actually say that United have made that player better, and that's David De Gea. And he's the only one who hasn't signed that fucking deal. You know what I mean? Exactly, it's like the one player who deserves it. The player who's been there longer than pretty much anyone in that squad, barring the likes of Smalling, I think it is. As he came in the same year as Jones and Young, so he's been there. These have all been signed up, and the one player that has got better at United while being there, and there's proof that this method does work. You do get some that don't. Martial has got the potential to be that player as well.
I expect a big season.
Yeah, I mean, this I can see completely where it's going. Obviously, Rashford's there. Lingard is a no-opener now. He's gone. He's past it. He cannot be part of it. I can see where all he's going, and I can see what you're saying exactly there. Bizaka, Shaw is another one. There's a few there who have got the capabilities of being what United used to be, which is a club and a team that made legends. We didn't buy them. The only one I can think that we bought in under Fergie was marquee-wise. You could sit on bordering on marquee was Van Persie for his last year, Ferguson's last year. A ready-made player, ready to go in. You could say Berbatov, maybe. But everyone who came out of United with a name was bought young and made. And I can see where all he's going with that. My problem is he going to get time to put that in motion? Because at the moment, the club have lost control of the squad.
He's got 6 months with me, mate. I tell you, if we're not improved by
that's exactly it. Fans are all right saying it. They say Ollie needs time. It's not Ollie's fault. Ollie doesn't sign the contracts. Ollie doesn't go out there and buy the players.
I'd give Ollie time, if it was ruthless.
Yeah.
But he's come in, and he come in big and uproar after that defeat of Everton, and then he's turned into a little mouse, mate, and he's backed into his corner, he's turned into a little mouse.
Yeah.
And that's a problem, mate. I'd have respect for him if he comes to his club and said, be ruthless, got rid of the shit, and then said, listen, we're going to start fresh and try and go again. But he's not. He's trying to paper the cracks, saying, everyone's got a clean slate, let's go again. That team is not good enough to go again. We finished 32 points behind City last season. Don't tell me everyone's got a clean slate and we'll go again.
Yeah, that's exactly. Because fans will say this in summer, we haven't seen football for 2 months now. We're just chomping at the bit to get back to the season and see something. And as everyone gets carried away and things get forgotten. They do. I haven't forgotten that last day of the season. People... Huddersfield, Cardiff, they're not even in this division anymore, and they wiped the floor with us. Yeah, it's got people. I can't emphasise this enough. That as soon as Frank Lampard turns up, and I guarantee you will beat United, just because they listen to him. They will listen to him. They've got a manager in place there who will get backed when obviously they've not got a transfer embargo, but. Them players will listen to Frank Lampard because they aren't bringing anyone in this summer, and all they've been able to do is get rid of players. Hazard's gone, yes.
Got to give the kids a chance.
And exactly that, yeah. So they're backed into a corner, and that's where I think that will benefit Chelsea in a way, because they will start producing what they've always invested money in, which is their youth system. They've always had one of the best. So now their hand is forced. United need to be doing this, but we're so far behind Chelsea and Spurs, City, Liverpool that we can and probably won't give a manager long enough. If you're sat there watching on your TV, you're telling me after 5 weeks of the season and we're already 10 points behind in terms of where them 4 other teams are, that you're not going to be thinking, you know what, Ollie's seen these players play for half a season. He's had all summer, no international tournaments, to sort out his squad, say to Ed Woodward exactly what is needed, and then come out like he has and backed Ed Woodward, saying it's difficult to do this and that. He's already said at the Everton game, the most humiliating game I've ever been to in my life, that some of these players will not be at Manchester United this summer. And then after that, a couple of days ago, has said... These players have all got a clean slate now. I mean, fucking hell.
That Desi Day said a minute ago there, he was mentioning Poch. That's why I'd have confidence if we did sign Poch, because Poch has dealt with this with Spurs for a few. He's dealt with Spurs and he knows the struggles of signing players. And well, I think he would have suited us. And I think that's where we've made a mistake with Ollie. Where at the minute we're all in limbo. Like, does Ollie know what he's doing? Does he? Because listen, it's his first transfer window. I know he had January, but he only come when he didn't know he was going to get the permanent job. So it is his first transfer window. So at the minute we're thinking, does he know what he's doing? Is he with Poch? Because he's been and done it. I think I'd have more confidence with Poch here. But let's see what Ollie does.
Yeah.
It's his first transfer window. His first time to get his young players in. Let's hope he's got a strategy. He's going to stick to it.
Yeah, Prem Prodigy, super chat again. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate that. Bruno has flown through the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, again, we touched on that before. It's massively frustrated being a United fan because, like we said, every other club who needs a player or who's in for a player, it looks like they can get the deal done and dusted. United, we knew about James for weeks. We knew about Bazaka for weeks, months even. We've known about Bruno Fernandes now, like Prem says there. We've known about Bruno Fernandes for
ages.
2 months minimum now. We know the issue with his contract.
That's why the thing is now.
We not.
There's no point looking further than Longstaff and Bruno because we're not signing anyone else other than that, unless it's in this swap deal shit where they're getting forced to join us because. You know how long it takes for us to do a deal, so you know there's no other players in the pipeline. Harry Maguire maybe as well. There's no other players in the pipeline other than them three.
Yeah.
That is going to come to us, unless you get forced to by a swap.
Let's just have a look at a couple of other ones. Christina, hello Christina, always on the live stream and comments on my videos. Poch will be struggling too with Ed and this squad. I can also see Ollie's plan, but will he last? The answer is no, obviously. I mean, I say that, and yeah, people might say I'm a bit rash saying that.
Not struggling, no, don't know. Look at what he done there with Spurs. He got that. Spurs is an average team, and he got that team to the Champions League final last year. Who's clashing? Look what he done with Son. Look what he done with Marina when he come from P. He turned them into better players. Harry Kane, he's gone leaps and bounds since Potter's took over him. Can Ollie do that? Is Ollie the right man for these young players?
I mean, I said it now. I said
you've got
everything.
To give him a chance. Don't get me wrong. You've got to give him a chance.
Everything past. I think I said it about 3 weeks ago. Anything now. If United did have a transfer plan, like a club like United should have, then it would have all been done and dusted by now. Anything now is
starts as a pre-plan. Then it gets a bit more shit. What's happening? And now, like you just said there, we are in panic mode now. We got 4 weeks of season, 5 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they got to players time to settle, find a house, go around and meet.
Too late. We need to be settled. Phil Burtonwood says there, when a player is signed now, it's not even exciting because we just sat there listening to the news all the time. There's no excitement anymore.
There's no excitement no more. No.
We're craving football right now. I know we are. We're looking at anything, and I just know that everyone is just thinking, we could. We're looking at this, and I admire the positivity in people, and people have said to me, we need to be a bit more positive. I'm trying my best, but I just know as soon as them first few games are played, and we see exactly the same as what happened last season, people will turn like that. And Ollie will be the scapegoat again. And then who comes in? My God. I mean, if you said to me now, right, 3-year plan, Ollie has to stay no matter what. Okay, I'll go along with it because there's a plan. There's a plan. But there's only so much I can take sat there watching that every single week. And the players...
Ollie's not done it before, so you couldn't have confidence in turning it around, could you? Like, if he did go pear-shaped.
Yeah, I mean, what can I look at positive-wise? But Ollie... burnt out the players in that first month and a half. You could see it. We went hell for leather and it was brilliant.
Yeah, and that's what we always see. Like he said, he wants our team to be the fastest, hardest working team on the pitch. Let's hope we're going to be doing that. Let's hope we've been starting doing that, and that's his plan. To just make us run around like headless chickens. Well, it works. Look at Liverpool and City.
Yeah.
The way them two teams press is unbelievable. It's like the women, that USA women, the way they press. Oh my God.
Impressive. It is impressive. Literally.
So let's hope that's what we're going with this season. Pressing style.
Getting his style across, getting the players early, getting the fitness up. Yeah, I mean, we laughed at the fitness side of it a few months ago, and we said there's no excuse. The players should be fit as a fiddle. But it's like, can you make Romelu Lukaku change the way he plays? And now he wants out of the club with his attitude. Can Ole get into them players? Why they're there, I do not know. If he knows that they're actually going, does Ole actually think that he's going to keep hold of Lukaku and Pogba? He's talked about Rojo being part of his plans. I've seen that interview with Rojo, and I'm going to be honest, mate, I got a shiver down my spine.
What it is with them two, as much as they want to go, listen, if we start off like an house on fire, they'll energise them, the team will energise, and it'll... Look when Ollie come in, oh my God, there was so much praise, there was so much happiness around the team. And then it's just so bad, but if we can start off the way we started when Ollie first come, hopefully it might all just click together. But the wishful thinking, like, but
yeah,
then he might not be as bad, like, I want to move, and
yeah,
they might think, you know what, hey, we are going somewhere here, let's give it a go. Let's go for it.
Let's go through a few of these comments before we finish up. Let's see, slow down. Question for Paul. Where do you see us finishing next season if we sign Fernandes? That's for you, mate.
For me, Fernandes.
Where would we finish next season?
And Maguire. If we sign them three, we're in top four.
Top four. Well, yes, that's what we like. There's your positivity right back there.
You know it.
Yes.
At least we got stuffed off Chelsea first game.
Chris K. Ollie is a yes man and nothing more. Oh, I hate saying that, but you know what?
That's not putting past it, is it?
Proof is always in the pudding at the moment. He is saying and playing the tune that the Glazers and Ed Wood would want him to. It is clear and obvious. Let's see some others. Des B, put Pogba in Real Madrid squad and you will have a Ballon d'Or contender. Yeah. We could also say that about Gareth Bale, and he's been kicked out of that club at the moment. And if Pogba starts kicking up a stink at Real Madrid, and if he thought that fan at United was bad, giving him stick at the end of the season, and wait till he gets a load from the Real Madrid fans, it could well be, but it could easily go the other way with Pogba. And if Pogba is there for 2 seasons, 2-3 seasons even, Zidane doing what he did, I understand he will probably have respect for Zidane, because he had no respect for Mourinho, he had no respect for Ole. Simple as, he will have a bit of respect for Zidane. So I could see where it's going with that, possibly. And it would be painful to see it, but it does all depend on what's around Pogba. Pogba's best through his career, he was awesome at Juve. He had a world-class team around him then, and obviously he's a World Cup winner. Let's not even go into that French squad. They were world-class. And Hazard, likes of them calibre of players around him, could easily be a world-class and get that Ballon d'Or. It's sad to say, but we haven't got a strong enough squad at the moment. We need to build on top of Pogba, and we stood still for literally 3 years since we signed him in terms of transfers. We didn't improve. Let's see what else we got here. Ollie gone by November. Blanc or Enrique to come in then. That's Phil MUFC. Blanc, another ex-United player. All it seems at the moment is on everywhere. It's like United. Oh, you played for United. You have an affiliation with United. Here's a job. Come on. Come to the United retirement home, yeah? So Fletcher, director of football. Yeah. Ferdinand, come on, you come in there. Get in. You know what I mean?
It's just a fairy tale story, isn't it? Like,
where is the professionalism?
Fairy tale on it, like.
Where's the professionalism?
Under Ollie, but it's looking more on a fairy tale than it is actually going to happen.
If we sell Pogba, we will be a better team. Jermaine Lewis, team. Well, there's an argument there in terms of quality on paper, but we might play better as a team. Yeah. As a team,
look at Liverpool, for instance. They saw Coutinho, everyone thought, "What are you doing?" And then look, they invested it in the team. But that's a problem if we sell Pogba. Who are we going to invest in? Yeah,
saying that because Prem's come back there. You're nailing it tonight, mate. If we sell Pogba, we will have a midfield of Matic, McTominay, and Fred.
Exactly. Says it all. That says it all.
Yeah, you absolutely nailed that one, buddy, because that is a fact. You can't argue with that. That's literally, unless we do buy someone else in, whether it be Longstaff, Savic or Fernandes, then that is going to be our midfield, but with, wait for it, Pereira on the sidelines, and who else am I missing?
5-year deal. He's leading that midfield next season. No reason why he's our star, man. That's why we give him a 5-year. Listen, you only give kids 5-year contract. He's not even a kid. He's 23. That's the problem. You only give people a 5-year contract. Who you think, yes, you are the fucking man to lead this team. And if Pereira's our man, we're fucked.
Let's see what's here. Brendan, Adam, who would you replace Lukaku with? The obvious one, I think. that a lot of people have talked about recently, and is doable because we know what his release clause is. Ben Yedder from Seville definitely ticks boxes for me in terms of his style and what he can do. Obviously, there is Dembele at Lille as well. Looks like a decent player, but it's a tough one because I want Martial as our number 9 next season. That is what I want to see. Give the guy's number 9 shirt back. Say, look, there's everything you want. Let's see what you've got now. You've been here now. This is like your...
You did sign him as a striker,
2 or 3 years. Yeah, he's a centre forward. I want Martial as our number 9. Forget Rashford. Forget the new contract. Martial's got a new contract as well. Let's not forget that. And I do think in certain situations as a finisher, Martial is better than Rashford. Rashford has the potential to be great. We all know that. And I am happy that he signed his deal. And it isn't as astronomical as what was first reported, the 3,500. That if he does meet certain targets, all fair and well, I've said that before. Martial would be my automatic replacement. Whether we can bring in a player to cover that wing where Martial plays, the left, because I'm getting rid of Sanchez as well, then that's maybe where we need to look. Right now, Martial is my centre forward. I think Rashford is a centre forward. I don't think any of them two should play left or right. I think the better is centre forwards, and the wasted on the wing. Would we be able to play a 4-4-2? I know it's dated, and I know can we play 2 forwards?
Yorkie and Cole, let's get him back in Rashford and Martial. What I'd do to have a front 2 like that, that's what you don't get. That's what I hate about modern day football now, because you don't just stick. Let's just stick the 2 forwards up front and let them go for it. It's all 4-3-3 and 4-2-1-1.
You feel like you don't want to, because someone said it to me the other day. You're more on the dinosaur instead of these FIFA YouTubers that come on, and I appreciate that more. I know, but I feel myself saying it like Mike Bassett, and it is old school, but it's 4-4-2. Just play it and see what happens. You never know. I know it's all ifs and buts, but maybe Rashford with a partner of Martial, and then we could actually play wingers who actually play on the wing instead of playing these strikers off. A Mata on the right side of attack who's useless there. You play players in the right position, players that are actually brought into the club to play that position, like you said. Martial, centre forward, play him as a number 9 for God's sake. Give him his shirt back. Let's see if he starts sulking anymore with the number 9 shirt back. You know what I mean? There's your number 9 shirt. There's your centre forward position. Produce now, and then you've got nothing to moan about. Literally, put it on a plate for him. Then let's see what you're made of. It's time to produce now. Rashford has to score 20 plus goals this season. So does Martial for me. You've got your contracts.
It depends where Martial plays. If
Exactly
he plays
that.
left wing, you can't. It's I suppose Manny does it, don't he? Salah does it.
Ronaldo, Messi, all banging goals in. I mean, all of them have got...
comments there about Greenwood. For me, I've not seen enough of Greenwood to say...
Greenwood's good to come in.
Yeah, but is he capable of leading the line, 20 goals?
Not yet, but he can come in and
I hope we see more of him. I do hope we see more, but
Europa League, there's no reason why...
Europa
League, there's no reason why he shouldn't play every game.
Yeah, I don't see... There's no way we can go... If we go for that this season, that's the only hope of us getting Champions League. If we go, I don't want to even go for that. Let's just concentrate getting back on the league. Forget Champions League. We won't do nothing in it anyway. I don't see the point in going for that Europa League. Play the kids, let them get experience. Let's do what will be in the league. If we finish in the top 4, we'll get the Champions League. Let's not use that as a pathway to the Champions League and think that's our only way. We've got to get in that top 4.
Play there. If we go out, we go out.
Who
cares? Give
them
the experience. You know what I mean? I want to be out of that competition as quickly as possible. If we start Mata on right wing and Chuckles in defence on the opening game, I do agree. I think we all would be getting a rope out if that happens. That would be Ollie failing instantly for me if that happens on the first day.
What about captaincy? Possibly back to Ashley Young, I believe, isn't it?
No, I'm not going to go into it. Ashley Young as club captain is an absolute disgrace. That's all I'm going to say about that. Simple as. If there's one captain in that team for me who deserves to be captain of that team, it's a 5-year deal on David De Gea. No questions. Put to bed, forget about Ashley Young. Doesn't deserve it. He's not good enough and doesn't command enough respect from any player in that squad. 4-4-2, laugh out loud. Yeah, we was laughing out loud too, mate. But every other formation has got a 6 in the league, mate. So where'd you go from there? It's exactly the same. If you haven't got the players to play certain positions, then no formation's going to work.
This season, when we've had times when Lukaku and Rashford, one's been in the middle and one's been out right. I don't get the scaredness of going back to the old school 4-4-2.
Yeah. Dave Whitehead, first 4 home games I'm dreading. I'm trying to think the home games actually. And I know that Chelsea first game, but there is
Palace.
I think Liverpool come up in October as well. I don't know if we get into that one. That is a bit of a worry. Captain of the Titanic. Jeff Hughes, yeah, I would put him captain of the Titanic. Hopefully he goes down with it, and I hope that's where he was going with that there, mate. Enough, it's a joke. Don't take it seriously, please, people. Right, I'm going to end the video there. We've been going on long enough. Just want to thank you all, Super Chats and everyone else who've tuned in, commented on the video. Me and Paul have had a ball. We've actually come away laughing off this video, which is more than I can say from my videos this week and looking on social media and the way everything's gone this week.
Let it out in it.
Hopefully we put a little bit of a positive slant on everything. But next time, I think we might actually have some football to report on. When's this first? 13th? We might actually have a game. So we can actually see what Phil Jones and Chris Smalling look like in the new shirt. Yes! No! Yes. In terms of people asking me about the new shirt, and I know I'll go on about the glazed out movement and stuff like that, but I just got that fed up this week about everyone absolutely pelting United, and I've been getting it from all angles. I just wanted to walk around Manchester today in the United shirt just to say, you know what, we still, as much as we complain about United and the way it's been run, we still love our club, and that's why we do these videos and we communicate with everyone and get everyone on these live chats.
Say, look at that dickhead.
Yeah, look at that big knobhead there trying to prove a part. I know, but we love our club and that's why we are so disheartened. But hopefully we put a decent positive vibe on the evening. You've had an half decent weekend. It's all over now. Back to work Monday morning tomorrow, and the lads will be landing in Australia. And let's see what Ollie's got to say next. Hopefully we get some better news this week as well in terms of transfers in. Thanks for coming on again, mate.
No worries, fella.
We will be back very soon. Obviously, we'll keep you posted with everything going on this week. If anything does break, I'll be right onto it and out with the videos. Don't forget to comment when the video goes onto the channel as well. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you all very soon. Have a good rest of the evening. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.